Good morning and welcome to Just My Opinion with Kyle Bowles. I am Kyle Bowles, and we're going to roll through a few topics tonight, or today, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. We're going to talk about NFL quarterback salaries, some of the guys that are coming up looking at some big deals. We're going to go into some of the results of SummerSlam, maybe took a look into the future with Bash, and then we'll also look at the Tyson-Paul fight that's coming up, and those will be the topics we'll roll on this show. Please feel free to leave comments about what you'd like us to discuss in the future. And we're hoping to go live here soon and give you a chance to come at us with your questions in real time. But let's start with Jordan Love just hitting the jackpot. He just joined Joe Burrow. And let me get my glasses on, make sure. And Trevor Lawrence at $55 million a year. I'm going to roll off some guys for you. Trevor Goff, $53 million. Herbert, $52. Lamar Jackson, $52. This is per year, millions. Jalen Hurts, $51. Kyler Murray, $46 million. Good grief. You have to go through 10 guys to get to Patrick Mahomes at $45 million. Every single person above Patrick Mahomes has never won a title or a Super Bowl. Nothing. So you're telling me when you sign these guys to 3 and 4 year deals at $55 million a pop, how are you going to pay the other guys? How are you going to provide other guys positions or these skilled quarterbacks, players that can perform at a level that they deserve, because you're going to have no money left. So there's this win-win mentality of now, like the Caleb Williams, guys like that. They need to win in their first 4 or 5 years before that next big deal comes up so the team can afford other players. So that leads to Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is expected to get a $300 million contract. $300 million for a guy who absolutely sucks ass in the playoffs. Awful. Inconsistent, and usually the reason the team has lost. Obviously, a football game is a team sport, so one guy doesn't lose a game, but one guy can certainly influence the outcome by continuously turning the ball over to the other team, which Dak Prescott has done time and time again. He would get $150 million in guaranteed money. You've got to be kidding me. This guy is a good quarterback. Yeah, is he going to take anybody to a championship? With the gifts he's had around him, CeeDee Lamb, all the talent in the world, this guy's done nothing. He can't win a playoff game. Is Dak Prescott really worth $300 million? That's not just a no, that's a hell no. And that's just my opinion. He is not worth $150 million guaranteed and $300 million over a 5-year period, which would be $60 million a year. No, absolutely not. Let's roll to SummerSlam now. SummerSlam was a big show. In the future, it's going to be going to 2 nights, which I think is, there's plenty of... I'll tell you one thing right off the bat before we get into SummerSlam that I like a lot more about the WWE than I do AEW, and it's something that WWE has improved on. They're not trying to cram 10 matches or 13 matches into one pay-per-view. SummerSlam this year was 5 matches. 5. They used to have 10, 11. You couldn't stay up till the end of them. AEW had 13 matches on a pay-per-view recently. They went out at like 12:30. I remember when Becky Lynch went out at like 12 o'clock when her and Charlotte and Ronda Rousey fought. And I'm thinking, man, nobody's awake. So kudos to Triple H for these 5 to 7 match cards that you can actually watch the whole thing and it's over at 10:30. Man, there's too much filler in AEW. Their roster's huge, and I get that everybody needs to get their limelight, but man, they need to do something. They need to trim. They have a lot of guys and girls sitting at home doing nothing. Welcome back to the 3rd edition of Just My Opinion with Kyle Bowles, and you might have guessed I am Kyle Bowles. We're gonna roll through some topics like we always do. We're hoping to get some participation from everybody. So if you have comments about the show or topics you want us to talk about, please feel free to leave them. We'll try to address them. And don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. And we appreciate everybody tuning in. But let's get right down to business. Aaron Rodgers. I remember last year I don't know where I was, but I came in on Monday Night Football excited to watch that game. And I only missed, it wasn't like I was coming in the house at 9:45. It was like, 8:35. And all I see is Aaron Rodgers on the ground, and I'm like, there's no way. And Aaron Rodgers is done for the year with such high expectations for the Jets, and basically the Jets season went to crap. Aaron Rodgers throughout the year was critical of the team and the way they played and the way they prepared. He was going into hideouts. He was doing mushrooms. He was very critical about the COVID. So all those things I just mentioned have nothing to do with football. None of them. So is Aaron Rodgers going to be a distraction this year? Is he going to be the missing piece for the Jets that can turn that lethargic offense into something productive that can match up with what is a very, very, very good defense? That even acquired Hassan Reddick, who they've yet to sign, but even Rodgers this week was like, come along, Hassan, it's going to be a fun ride this year. So he's got on the outside now Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, great pickup. He can stay healthy, formerly the Chargers. Breece Hall, who might be one of the top 5 backs and certainly maybe the most versatile in the whole league now as far as catching balls. I think he was close to 1,000 yards in receiving yards as well as rushing yards last year. So they are loaded. The question is, can this line protect Aaron Rodgers? Because he's not as mobile at 40 years old as he was back in his Packer days. He still moves okay for his age, but I really think the key for the Jets this year will be for Aaron Rodgers to be a leader on the field and not somebody making headlines in the newspapers. So, do I feel like that Aaron Rodgers can stop with all the distractive stuff and the off-the-field stuff that's getting newspaper headlines? And, I do. This guy's, he's a proven winner. Aaron Rodgers will turn that Jets offense around this year. The guy's a gunslinger. You gotta believe he's loaded with reason to be enthusiastic with the season after such a dismal last year and all those expectations to have it shot down in 4 plays. He's chomping at the bit. I expect a big, big rebound year for Aaron Rodgers, and I feel like that Jets offense with the things they have in place at the skill positions could really put up some points this year. And God knows the defense is very good, so this could be a great, great year for you Jets fans. And that's just my opinion. I feel like the Jets are a playoff team this year, and Aaron Rodgers will be the leader of that run. Now let's talk about the MLB. We're about 125 games into a 162-game season. These are the dog days of August. We're getting into September, and everybody knows these are the days of being tired, but it's also the days of winning races and getting yourself a wild card berth and all that. So the question is, a lot of guys this year have not been able to keep their pitchers off the injury list. Look at the Braves. Strider, gone. He was their ace. I mean, you've got Shane Bieber. You've got all these guys out for the year. And everybody knows there's one dude throwing darts in Mexico, and that's Trevor Bauer, who was pretty much banished from the league for being just a shady character with the women. Which he got cleared of, but a lot of people feel like those were payoffs to the girl. There was photographic evidence of black eyes, which she claimed he gave her when she didn't want him, and he claimed it was part of rough sex. Regardless, we've seen guys come back from a lot of things. Pete Rose, there's so many people who think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Hell no. The guy knew exactly what he was doing. He was managing a team and betting on the games. And I feel the same way about Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer should never, ever, ever be on a baseball field again in the major leagues. I know he's put on an entertaining season in Mexico. Everybody deserves a second chance. This guy was a distraction from the get-go, and I don't feel like somebody that beats women for whatever reason, whether it be sexual, which was the case this time, but black eyes, give me a break, man. I mean, I'll never be able to get past that. So my opinion is Trevor Bauer, enjoy your time in Mexico, and I hope we never, ever see you in Major League Baseball again. We're going to take a short break. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and we'll be right back.